That bass though, sort of.
Bass is good.
Ready?
Think it is. Where's it coming?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Toronto Maple Leafs
are not in the house.
Oh.
Right. I know. We're going to be talking about.
Oh.
Yeah. We have to.
That's horrible. That's what I'm talking about.
Right?
That's the way we started. Man.
Yeah.
That's the way we started. That's the way we started.
Give us some. Give us some. Hey. Right. There we go. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Some shimmer.
That's awesome.
That's the way, hey, listen, if you guys are going to start it that way all the time, then why can't I enjoy
I
it
wish
too?
you could dance
Right?
for a whole hour and a half.
Come on. I got to get into the groove of it all too.
Hey guys, welcome. I know that's a good song. Wait till
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna hit you.
How is everyone
crazy already.
doing this? Oh yeah, she's gonna go for the next hour. Or yeah, we dance on the weekends. We dance like 3 hours straight. Hello, everybody. I'm waiting for the
The
music to-
Toronto
Maple
Leafs.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that.
Oh.
I'm wearing my blue scarf in honor, but okay, we'll talk about that in a sec. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Thursday evening space and Anything Goes with Marilla and Julia.
Ciao.
And special guest tonight, our dear friend Roger Caesar is in the house. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
I told
Awesome,
Roger
awesome.
a while back that he needed to fasten his seatbelt to be on our show. And I think you said, okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
See, I was worried.
Were you
Because
worried a little bit?
I know your personality. And I know how
Yes.
crazy you are.
Yes.
So definitely was worried about this whole thing. I
But
said, I'm
you're
gonna take a
here.
chance.
But you're here.
I am here.
You are
I
here.
am here.
And you know it's live and unscripted.
Mm-hmm.
Which means bring
Oh,
on
boy.
the belly dancers.
Yes.
Huh? I'm just joking. Can you imagine?
Okay, so
See, I'm looking around. Just like, waiting.
they're coming. Okay, we have to. We cannot start this show without talking about the Maple Leafs.
Well, duh.
We have to talk about the Maple Leafs. So I'm wearing my blue scarf this evening in honor of the boys in blue.
Mhm.
We are huge Leafs fans. Roger, are you a huge Leafs fan? And it's okay if you're not.
I would say this. I'm a sports fan.
Yes.
I'm a sports fan, so
Yes.
I take interest in all the sports, especially the sports that are here in this city.
Yes.
Amen.
So Raptors,
Yeah,
Blue Jays.
Raptors, Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Obviously the Leafs, and
What? Okay. So what's your? Yeah. How you feeling? How are you feeling?
you know, I was having this conversation. It's funny because I was having this conversation today with a friend of mine who is a diehard Leaf fan.
Right.
And I said that it's unfortunate that there's teams, and even in sports where it's just one person, but there's just in this case there's teams that just get in your head.
Yes.
And for the Leafs, that has been their Achilles heel. Boston
Bruins. I know, and ours as well.
Right?
The fans as well.
I can't stand that captain, but let's not talk about
Oh,
that.
I know.
Come on now.
What did you watch every game in the playoffs?
No, I didn't get a chance to watch any of the games. I pretty much just looked on my phone to see how
How they were doing?
And you were just like, thank God I didn't watch any games.
Well,
So,
you know
I
what?
would've cried.
Here's the thing.
I
Here's the
know I
thing.
could
They played good. I think that they played well
Yes.
enough to win this series. The
Yes.
problem is that as soon as they lost Game 5 or Game 6,
Yes.
I think they were done from
Yes.
Mhm.
I
I think they
know.
were done right
So
there.
I just want to mention this segment is brought to you by my brother Honorio and Callie's cousin Mike, who are both huge diehard fans. And of course, over the course of the Leaf games, we were always like texting one another and going, oh my god, you know, and just doing kind of like recaps and commentary around the games.
Right.
Hope you guys are watching, but even if you're not, there you go. Shout outs and shout outs to everybody that loves the Toronto teams and it have been loyal fans of the Leafs for, you know, forever. I'm with you, Julia. I don't know what you think, but for us, we were all together Easter Sunday at my parents' house, and my brother brought in the TV, this big TV to put in the living room that doesn't have a TV, and my dad and him were hooking up the cable, making sure that we have a TV to watch this game because lunch dinner was also starting at 3 o'clock on Sunday. So we were all in the dining room and we were watching this game, and the Leafs scored first, so there's
Right.
this great momentum, and then all of a sudden,
The
you know,
wheels fall off.
yeah, and you know what? Yeah, and here's what I think. I think that Game 6,
So I was like,
it's
The
This.
wheels fell off.
the
by the
wheels
way,
fell
don't mind
off.
me. I'm tech supporting over here. so
No
I'll be
problem.
looking like
But you know
this.
what? I thought Game 6 was the game to win, and we all said it. Everybody was waiting. Everyone was home celebrating. The people were downtown. It was their game to win. They played so great the Friday night, and then all of a sudden, this is how I'm thinking. Okay, we're gonna win. Boston can go home.
Right.
And we're gonna, have a few days off and continue. And then it didn't happen. So I have to tell you, I'm an eternal optimist. But going into Game 7, I thought Game 6 was their game to win. You're thinking,
And, the way the whole series went, you can see that there was no real momentum on either side,
right?
right? Again, and we've seen this in the past with the Leafs and Boston in that
Yes.
their series always go one win, one loss, one win, one
Yeah.
loss, and then it just takes. Boston just decides at one point to say, you know what, that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so does
exactly.
Toronto.
Done playing.
Exactly.
I'm done playing with you. Right?
What is it? Do you think it's about Boston and Toronto though? Like, do you think it's like?
See, Boston's a rough team, and they get away with everything. It's
Right.
annoying.
Well, Toronto made the team fully skilled hockey players. There's
and
no
they're like in their
grit.
20s.
There's no real grit, and that's the thing that we got excited. Let's put it out there.
We did.
We got really excited when
Yes.
they signed Tavares and all these great names coming together, and of course you have Austin Matthews, who's amazing.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
not going to take away from that, but the city genuinely got excited because
Yeah.
we had a team. And hey, let's if we're going to say that the Toronto Maple Leafs, we'll also even say the Raptors
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
that category. That
Yes.
this year,
That's right.
both teams put a big splash, right?
Yes.
And I think that with that excitement and the way that they started the season off, it was amazing.
It was so
It
good.
was
It
amazing.
gave
So
us
much
hope.
hope.
You
Yeah.
had hope. But
We really
there's
said we're
always
gonna
that.
win it this
But
year.
hold on a second.
There's
There's
always-
always that fan that if you're a real fan, you're always having the back of your mind. Yeah, but something's not right.
I know.
Something's
We're
not
going.
right.
I want to say hi to a few people,
Pretty
but
much.
we're going to talk about
Mhm.
Kadri's suspension in a minute because I talked about it last week. I was not having it. I was not happy with it.
What's wrong with him, man?
And he is my favorite player on the team. Always has been, and he's
Didn't he
been
do
the.
that last year too?
He did do that last year too. And you know what? He promised, like the, good player that he is, he was not going to do it again. But let's talk about that in a sec. I definitely want to say hi to a few people. So Ramsey, one of our loyal viewers,
Yes, Ramsey.
says, hey Ramsey, how you doing?
Hey, Ramsey.
He is a friend of ours and always watches the show.
Good.
Hi Roxanne, how you doing? Roxanne's on the line. She's on the show here, and she says, sad about the Leafs. Oh, Julia, she says, but I'm a Habs fan.
Come on, Roxanne.
Roxanne, we still love you. We do not like the Habs
The
whatsoever,
Mm.
The Habs.
but we still
I am
love
good
you. And she says, so
I'm a
sadness.
sports fan, so I mean, it depends on how the games go. If they're good games, they're
It's
good games.
true.
So I
And
really
she
can't
says,
say anything.
so sadness just expanded, obviously, because the Habs weren't in it either. And then she says,
They're not
Habs
golfing
fans
together.
hate the Bruins. And so does Toronto fans. Trust me on that. Brandon is watching. Brandon, hi, how are you? How you doing? Alfredo's watching. Hey, hello, how are you? Oh, Joseph, our producer at Frequency 5 FM. Round of applause. for the
Yes,
production team
Joseph.
is watching. Woohoo! I hope he's watching. He's also our tech
He is
support
watching.
and yes, extraordinaire on everything. Marka is watching, our dance friend
Hey,
and our no
Marka.
thanks moments lady who
Wow.
always enjoys our.
You guys got a lot of fans.
You know what? We have
Yeah.
some great friends like that. This is it, and we talked earlier about the platform and why Julia and I decided to do this. It's and we talk about social media, which we'll also get to, but the magic really happens when you take the online connection offline and you get to know people, right? And so some of these folks I haven't met in person, but we've exchanged conversation and we've gotten to know each other on social media. So you do feel connected to them, even if they live far away. So it's awesome. That's why we always want to take breaks and acknowledge them,
I think it's important. I think the beauty of any type of networking whether it's in this case with this program or for me, I'd even put it in the perspective of when I've gone to events and I've spoken.
Yes.
The one thing that is great is that you connect with so many people there and then come back and from all over the world.
Yeah.
And you still have this bond from whatever the event was.
Yes.
And in this case, obviously,
Yes.
it's your show. You have this bond with all these individuals, and shout out to all of you guys. And
Yes.
everything. But
Isn't it
it's great.
amazing,
It is
right?
great. It's really good. It's really good. I love it.
So going back to Kadri for a minute.
Who's
last
gonna
year-
be traded?
No, you know what? Do you
Who's
think
gonna
he's
be
going to be
traded?
traded?
Ah, man.
Do you think because here's
There's only so many times you can pull antics like that.
but let me ask you this.
In great moments.
Let
That's
me
how I
ask you
see it.
this. Were they antics in the context of he was fed up? They were gunning for him in the game. They were getting no penalties called on their shenanigans, and he was getting frustrated. And he's got a lot of passion, and yeah, I get it. People are like, you know what, shouldn't have done it. But I almost don't blame him, I guess, is what I'm saying. You get pushed to a certain extent, you know what I mean? But 5 games, it's kind of severe. Or not even 5 games. Oh, I guess it would have been
Yeah,
5,
but
right?
hockey is like that.
Yeah.
Come on, let's keep it in perspective.
Yeah, that's true.
In perspective. Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta.
Yeah.
New
Yeah.
single. And that is
Brought
new
to you
single.
by. But no, it's true. You gotta be able to control that
Yeah.
in those major moments. And I
Yeah.
know it's hard, especially if you're constantly being attacked or you're the
Yeah.
center of everything
Yeah.
in that way. So
Yeah.
I didn't see the game. I just heard about what happened and I saw it on the highlights. But
Do you think he let his team down?
yes,
And do you think that had that hadn't happened and he was playing the balance of the games, you think it would have
I
made a
think
difference in the outcome?
Kadri's that type of player. I think
Yeah.
he does bring that type of grit, number one,
Yeah.
and he would have changed some of the complexity of the game.
Yeah.
I do believe that.
Julia, what do you think? I mean, I know we've been wallowing all week.
This is what I think.
It was tough. Our whole family, I know. So you know what? Thank you, Leafs, for another great
Trying.
year and trying to beat Boston yet again. And we look forward to seeing you guys in the
Just win
fall
your division.
season. I know, like
just win your division.
We're winning next
Yeah.
year. Double.
We need a
It's
vision.
gonna be the 20s. We're winning the Stanley next year.
we're winning. Are we? I'm just happy if they win against the Bruins.
I'm just happy they make it to the second round.
All right. I'm
Come
just
on,
happy
man.
I'll be like
I
8,
know.
but I won't die before they get like a
Get out of the first round.
Get out of the first
You know,
round. I know. I know.
I think we'll have a celebration just for that.
right?
Right?
you know what?
I'll
Young
be
Street will
90 before it happens.
Young Street will go crazy. Second round.
You know what? They wouldn't even wait for the Stanley Cup
They won't.
finals. They'd just be like, let's celebrate for anything. Let's talk about the Raptors for a minute. So I like the Raptors as well. I don't follow them as much as I do the Leafs, but so was it last year? I think it was last season where they made it first in their division, I think. And then they went on to lose 4 straight games in the first round of playoffs. Is that
I
right?
don't think they
Was it
won
last
their
year?
division last year. I think it was Boston that won the division last year.
In basketball?
Well, they won.
Boston again?
No, Boston. I know Boston again. I think it was Boston that won it last year.
Oh,
the
okay.
division,
Okay.
right? But
But they were
yeah, they got swept by
right?
Cleveland. So,
Yeah. What are your
I'm sorry.
Again, it goes back to what I said. The unfortunate thing is there is certain teams that get into, another team's head,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we'll sit here and we'll say that Toronto's probably glad that LeBron left and went to LA.
Right.
No doubt about that. But for the last few years, Cleveland has been that nemesis,
Yes, that's right.
right?
That's right.
And the unfortunate thing is, once you have that in your head, kind of like the Leafs with Boston, it just takes one thing to go wrong. And I think last year, that
Yeah,
shot that
yeah.
LeBron hit, kissed the glass and
Oh,
got it in.
yeah.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Come on now.
So is it
Say
safe
what you
to
want about LeBron. He's good.
Oh, he is.
He's
He's
great.
no doubt. No doubt.
is it safe to say then that we're all as Torontonians and fans of the Leafs and Raptors just waiting for some kind of celebration downtown?
Yeah. When was the last celebration we had in this city for sports?
Right.
You'd have to go back to probably
Yeah.
the Blue Jays?
Yeah.
93. Like, that's the
93.
real major one?
Yeah.
I know there's some CFL fans. Shout out to the CFL.
Woohoo! I know. So this is part of our week in review, Roger. We always do.
Your face.
I know. Well, because he's right. It's been forever.
It's been
decades
forever.
and decades. So we always do a week in review. So we've kind of done part of our week in review because Toronto was the Leafs and all of this was a really big part of the last week for us. How else has your week been? What's been going on? What have you been up to?
Oh man, yesterday I had the pleasure of speaking at a club in Mississauga.
Yeah.
And it was exciting. They were celebrating their 35th anniversary
Oh wow.
as a club, and for me, those are the important ones because I
Yeah.
look at any celebration is good, any anniversary is good, but when you have that type of longevity
Yeah.
and going to that event and speaking there, it was an honor. It was great to
Oh,
be a
that's
part
so
of that.
good. That's so
that
good.
was, my week normally consists of speaking maybe 2-3 times in the week.
Yeah. You do a
Different
lot of
places.
that.
I
You
do
do
a
a
lot.
lot of that.
I do a lot.
We're going to talk a little bit
Oh, of
more about
course.
your career and kind of because our title on the poster is Every Man Has a Story. Right.
Got you.
No limits. No limits.
I just want to say hi to Anna Santos. She's watching. Hi, Anna. How are you? Marcus says hello, everyone.
Good.
Marcus says, "Where's your leaf cap?" I know. Where's your leaf cap?
Sorry, I'm sporting a Ferrari.
I know.
How
You
are you?
you just gave up, didn't you?
I just gave up.
Alice is watching. Hi, how are you? New friend. And Jimmy says, Jimmy says, go Leafs, go. Yes, Jimmy. I know. I'm still chanting that. Roxanne says, just be happy you aren't a Jets or Flames fan.
Can you imagine? I'd be like,
Yeah.
Right. I know.
That's another topic all on its own.
Isn't it?
That's
though?
like another 3 hours worth of topic.
Right?
Western Canada is just suffering
Really.
bad.
The Leafs were the only Canadian team
Am I the only one
left
who
on
thinks
Sunday.
it's sad that an American team will, win the Stanley Cup?
Yeah,
and
because there's
Canada
no choice.
is
There's no choice.
Again?
our sport.
I know.
Again, it's unfortunate, but
It's so
I
sad.
know. Roxanne says, go Raps, go. Yes.
yes.
Gloria
yes.
Bryan is watching. Hi, Gloria. Gloria's lovely. Love her to pieces. I love all of you guys. Gloria, as I mentioned last week, she started a girl Speak Your Truth meetup group. And I went to the first one, which was awesome. And I think the next one is in a couple of weeks. Always a great time. Gloria is lovely. We connect and we have a lot of wonderful people in our lives in our network. We talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
that. It's really important, right?
Definitely.
Jimmy says, so bright in the studio. Baseball caps needed.
Duh.
bright. It's really bright.
Kind of bright, eh?
Yeah, it is bright.
Gloria
my
says,
future.
hey everyone, nice to see you all. And Gloria says, been MIA, not feeling all that great. Oh, Gloria, you know what? I'm so sorry to hear that. And I have not forgotten. I know you sent me a message about getting together for coffee, and I will respond. We're going to pick a date, and we're going to do it. As a matter of fact, you're going to feel better Saturday night. And you know what Saturday night is? We had our friend and special guest Andre Ennis on our show a few weeks ago, and
Okay.
Andre is a wonderful, wonderful singer, musician. Like, he's so super talented, and him and Julia did some singing on the show. It was just amazing. And I don't know if it's every quarter, but a few times a year he does soul sessions.
Yeah, it was just so good.
And Soul
Okay.
Sessions is happening Saturday night, and it's at the Revival Concert Bar. And if you guys are interested, you should come. It's great. You guys are interested, go on my Facebook page or Andre Ennis Soul Sessions. You can get the tickets. I think they're like something like $25 or $20, and it's doors open 6:30. Event starts at 7:30, goes to 10, and literally like it's him and a whole bunch of wonderful singers and musicians lined up. And what they do is
Very nice.
they cover all the
Shout out.
decades. Yeah, so
Shout out.
Gloria's
Very
coming. That'll make you feel better because we always say that dancing and music is a wonderful form of therapy, right? So Gloria, hopefully you feel better, and looking forward to seeing you. As a matter of fact, Leanne and Lena are coming out Saturday night too. They were 2/3 of our guests last week.
Yes, our Man, I Feel Like the what is it again? Man, I Feel Like a Woman. I was saying that. I was like, let me stop myself.
Why didn't you? I
I was
want
like,
to
man,
do it.
and I'm like,
Go.
Why
woman.
didn't you
No, I
let
don't want
women
to. I
do
don't know.
No, you got to do it.
Isn't this supposed to be anything goes?
It really is anything
Right?
goes.
Is anything
Anything
goes? So
goes, and I
can you
can-
go?
Go.
Man, I feel like a woman. Ooh.
Last week we were like 5
Anything goes,
women.
which means I can sound like a llama, a goat, a man, a something, and this all batched
You
up
do
into
all that right
one, and put it in a mix.
Last week we had 5 women in here. 2 of us wearing Leaf jerseys,
Oh
and then
my
Victoria,
gosh.
Leanne, and
By the way,
Lena.
sorry
Oh my
for
gosh.
making people go deaf.
I'm sure we're dead.
That
was
really
okay.
close.
That was
That was
good.
really close.
No, she's
to
a
the
great
mic.
singer though.
I
Actually,
can
she really
hear
is.
it.
No, she really
I can
is.
hear it.
Her and Andre that night, they were like he was so impressed, and they were belting out tunes. It was really
Good.
awesome. And
Skills, girl.
Jimmy says amazing singing.
See?
Okay.
you
Monica
go.
Gibbs is watching. Monica, how are you? I'm so glad you're watching tonight.
Just
Monica,
like that.
well, you guys are gonna do some singing too. Like I don't know if you know this yet or not, but you're gonna have to, I think, and maybe do some dancing as well.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Monica, how are you? Monica is a longtime friend of mine. She's awesome, and she is going to be at Speaker Slam Tuesday night. She's going to be one of the speakers, along with my dear friend, our dear friend Shelly.
Shelly.
And,
Yeah. Shout out Shelly.
Yeah, Shelly.
Hi, Sally.
It's going to be awesome. So thanks you guys for tuning in. So Julia, what's been going on this week?
Well,
Because you know,
there's always something.
there really
There's
is.
always something. But actually, I finished the last of my week-long birthday festivities.
Yes!
Which is
Julia's
really
birthday
good.
last week. Yep.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Julia. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Anything goes, right?
Yeah,
Ah, there we go.
so good.
I'm embarrassed my damn
I
self,
think
but
you
that's
got
okay.
some singing jeans in there as well. I think that was good. Thank
Oh
you.
my God,
That
thank
was
you.
so
There you
good.
go.
I was kind of melting, which is why I had to reach for the water, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
So why don't you talk about like your 5-night birthday extravaganza?
Okay,
A lot
so
of fun.
I'll do this quickly. Okay. Wednesday night, went on the night, my actual birthday.
Yeah, yeah.
Went out with the family. Then Thursday went to Versailles for their Italiano Vero event. Then Friday I went to Blue Suede Sue's Hey Blues,
Hey
Mississauga's
Blues.
best kept secret.
Always give a shout out to
Such-
Blues,
Nice,
Tommy
nice,
and the
nice.
crew. Love you all.
Nice.
Such an amazing time that I went Saturday, and not only Friday and Saturday, I went Sunday too.
That's
Okay.
it. Lots of
And it
good
was
dancing.
awesome.
Lots of good dancing.
Monday,
Good
I think I went out of the
music,
day.
fantastic
They've
exercise.
been around for a long time.
Long,
They've been
long
around
time.
almost, I want to say almost 30 years actually.
Yeah.
Such a fun place. We have so many like regular friends, and we all that we've met through there,
Mhm.
and we all go there every, mostly all weekend. Or excuse me, every weekend, just for the love of dance and
Okay.
music. It's a
Very
really
nice,
good time.
very nice,
Yeah,
very
it's a
nice.
really great time.
Very nice.
So that was that kept you
What
busy. What else is
Um,
going on?
Other than the birthday festivities, just dealing with people who are full of drama, who assume things. You know, it's like, oh, you're doing this. I'm like, honey, if you could see me, I'm in bed. Like, I'm sleeping. Like, I was raging playing Fortnite. I'm not out. Like, excuse me. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Why are you up? Oh, you went out, didn't you? I don't know. It's 11 o'clock, and I'm literally addicted to Fortnite for the
You
10th
gotta
time.
love people and their drama
And I'm just
All
like,
the
why are
time.
you starting?
all
Good
the time.
I just hate
You deal with
people like
drama?
that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Any,
It happens to everybody. I think
any-
anybody
Mm-mm.
yeah.
No
who
thanks.
gets
No
out
thanks.
there or is out there in any way, shape, or form is going to have something come back. And that's the unfortunate thing.
Exactly.
You know what I find about drama is that I guess it's anticipated. You can't really get away from it necessarily.
Mhm.
Okay? But I often talk about this, I post about this, I do videos about this, where it's our choice
Mhm.
to either get ingrained in it,
Mhm.
feed it, or walk away from it, right?
I agree.
And for the most part, I think walking away is always the best. And I actually posted on
Shout out to
LinkedIn.
Kadri.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kadri. Come
Shout
on.
Let me
to
text him right now. You are a disgrace.
No, but I actually posted this on LinkedIn the other day about how we can't control people's actions and behaviors, right? We can only control our own. And a lot of times, not everyone's going to be our cup of tea, or we're going to be their cup of tea.
Mhm.
So the question is, do you call out the situation and move on, or do you just move on? And what I posted was, there have been lots of times where I've done one or the other, or both. You know? Because drama isn't, it's going to be around, because when you put yourself out there, whether in a social environment, dating environment, business environment, collaborative partnership environments, it's going to happen, you know? And we have a choice.
What is it? Misery loves company.
Yeah.
You know what they say,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people, and I think we even talk about that with social media and everything. There are a lot of people that are just miserable.
Yes.
They're miserable, and they just want to find a reason to start drama.
Yes.
Whether it's that they want to be you, or they just have such bad lives of their own that they want to find ways to make someone else's life bad.
Yes. Yes.
I mean,
There's a lot of that.
There's
It's
a lot of
unfortunate,
it.
right?
It happens. It's
Yeah.
you can't get away from it, and your idea of walking away or getting around it.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's easy to do, and then there's sometimes where you have to just go full force and end it.
And deal with it.
Yeah,
And
deal with it
yeah.
and end it. And,
Yeah.
and not with no violence or anything like that, but sometimes you just have to just deal with that person or
Yes.
situation
Yes.
so it never comes back.
I had, actually, you just reminded me that I had a situation this week, and it's actually very sad and very disheartening for me. But I've really learned to, as I said in my post, you can't let it eat you up alive. You can't let it overcome sort of your emotions or your feelings for that day or that week, because there's just too much going on. There was a time when it would bother me, like back, when I was younger and stuff like that, it would bother me because I would just be like, what did I do? Or try to, again, I also posted about this the other day, justifying someone's actions or making excuses for them. But a long time, I never met this person in real life. I wish I had. And a long time social media friend, and whatever, like obviously they've got some issues of their own, and they may agree and they may not agree, but just up and unfriended me on Facebook and LinkedIn. And it's unfortunate.
No reason?
Well, I don't know. I think that there was a reason. I think that they thought that they had a good reason, but the reality of the situation is this. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody's entitled to their perspective. Everyone's entitled to share what they think on someone's post. And I just think that as long as there's some basic civility, there's some basic common courtesy, I think people will respect each other's opinions, right?
Right.
But the problem is this. I post about everything, life and work and everything in between, okay? So lots of times I'm posting about stuff that has happened, 99.9% of the time, I'm posting about my experiences, my nuggets of wisdom that I've garnered, my trials, tribulations, things that I've learned, in the hopes to help others or educate others or just infuse some wisdom of what I've learned, because we're all guides, right? We're all advisors in our own way. Well, the reality is this. With 600 million people on LinkedIn and how many more on Facebook, at any given time, it's like the horoscope. You read a horoscope and go, how did they know that's exactly how I'm feeling today? But there's a lot of generalities around it. It's going to affect somebody somewhere, right? So when I post, lots of times people might be like, that's me, that's happened to me, or I'm going through that, right? So maybe this person just thought that the post was directed at them, or some of the comments on my thread were about this person, when in fact it had, I wasn't even thinking about this person. It was a general, like, whatever. And I guess that they didn't like the fact that I basically said it had nothing to do with you. This is just, and we were having a discussion, and just basically unfriended, which is really, really sad, because I've shown nothing but, respect and kindness to this person for a long time. But you know what? I'm so okay with it. That's the thing. It would have bothered me a while back, but not now.
Here's the thing. When you look back at those types of things, and I've had those happen to me as well.
Yeah.
I had a great friend of mine, same thing, just a foolish misunderstanding that escalated too far.
Right. Okay.
And again, there's that drama kind of thing.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
there comes a point where you say to yourself, is it worth continuing to try and make that friendship work?
Right.
Is it worth the time and the effort, or is there a time when you say to yourself, you know what, let bygones be bygones, and
What'd you do?
cut it?
Did you?
I did.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How long did you know them for?
I knew him for probably 20 years.
Oh my God.
Oh wow, 20 years.
Yeah, and I
was
just
not
cut it
expecting
off.
that.
It was one of those things where you try and you try and you try to salvage it. You try and fix it. You try to work it out. You try to say, okay, look, let's come to an agreement. Let's figure this out. And then you think about it. And this is important. This is what I always say. Does that person change my life in any way, positive or negative? Which
Right.
way does it? Which
Right.
way does it go?
Right.
Is there a reason that I need to have this person in my life?
Right.
And if you could look at that person, whoever it is, and say, no, then
That's very
there's a reason.
profound because obviously it worked for 20 years.
Mhm.
It worked for 20
Yeah,
years.
but at the same time, in that period of time when we weren't talking, your eyes open, you realize, wait a minute, what was there?
Right.
Was there value in it? Yes,
Right.
definitely. Or it wouldn't have been 20 years. So I don't disrespect that period of time.
Right.
But what I say is, from that period of time until now, have I missed it? And if I can say to myself, no, I'm okay, I'm good.
Then you're good.
I'm good.
So when you're thinking about the 20-year friendship and why it ended,
Mhm.
would you say that it was just very juvenile, if I can use that word, or was it something that, like, under any other circumstances, you would have cut it a long time ago? or it happened
No,
sooner?
because you know what? I would say this, and this is where I say in this case, we were really tight. We were
Yeah.
all tight-lipped.
Yeah.
It was a very close-knit friendship all around, and sometimes what happens is that the broken telephone line.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We know about the broken
Exactly.
telephone
best.
line, right?
Oh, the-
Right?
the-
Something is said that
My
wasn't what
favorite.
was supposed to be said, and then
Yeah.
you try to convince the person that's not what it was,
Yeah.
and they're not hearing it because this was what they heard, and that's what they heard, and
Yeah.
it just gets escalated to
I go through this
other
weekly.
things, and it goes to other things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So now you're starting to unravel like the onion. You're just starting to unravel the real root of problems
Yes.
and issues and stuff that you never thought were there. Right? You have a friendship for 20 years or whatever, and you don't realize, okay, wait, you had this issue with us.
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because it started with just this.
so it
problem.
manifested.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's the issue, and it's funny, this whole drama thing that you're talking about, that's where I have gotten to a point where I have matured and said,
Yes.
if it's going to be that much drama, it's not worth it to me.
So I want to
God,
talk
that's
about
pretty cool.
texting for a minute, but let's just. No, I want your thoughts on this,
All right.
both of you.
Okay.
But let's. I know that there's comments coming through. Okay, so Jimmy says amazing singing. Okay, we got hi Monica, how you doing? Again, you get a double shout out. Alessia, my goddaughter, says hey y'all. Hi Alessia, how are you?
Alessia.
Monica says woohoo, love Shelly. Awesome, both of you,
Look at
amazing.
Ramsey's comment.
Renato, hey Renato, how are you? He says, happy birthday, Julia.
Thank you.
Jimmy says, melting. Marcus says, who cares? It's your life, enjoy. Let's all go to blues. Exactly.
Yes.
There you go. There you
Ramsey
go.
says, a good smack in the face would help.
Yeah, no kidding. A nice shot in the butt.
No kidding, right?
Oh my God.
Jimmy says, people take it too seriously. The unfriending on social media. Real friends have bigger roots than clicking the unfriend. You know what, Jimmy? Thank
I like
you for that.
I like
love that.
Yeah.
I like that.
And you want to know something?
I like that.
I have to tell you, somebody who unfriends you because, I don't know, for whatever reason, you've shown them nothing but kindness and respect, and then they decide that they can't handle or assume that something's about them. You know what, the issue's with them. It's not with the person
That's the
who's
point.
written
That's
the
it.
post that could be a general thing about anybody. It wasn't even about anybody. It was just in context in terms of just situations. I cover a lot of topics. I've always covered a lot of topics, and I bring it back to me and my experiences again with the hope that I'm infusing wisdom, right? People are too sensitive, you know, and people think that it's about them. This is my question. Maybe if you think it's about you, maybe there's something that's resonated because you are behaving that way, or because do you know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Right.
That unravels other things. It comes out.
You know that saying, if you're offended, that means you need to hear it?
Yeah.
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 I like that. You know, the other thing
Someone.
too, again, I'm just saying this so I don't forget about the texting thing, but you know, this is what how do you feel about this? People will always say, be honest. I want you to be honest. Honesty is the best policy. But you know what I found? People want you to be honest until you are, and it's what they don't want to hear.
Isn't the honesty like the best? You know?
Yeah.
Come on. Isn't it the
And then all of a
the
sudden
best
they go
policy
into
or
like
something?
excuses and defense mode, and I don't want to talk about this, and oh, it's certainly not me, or do you know what I mean? And then they start to put it back on you. I don't like that at all. That's
And
a
then
no
later
thanks
they
for me.
complain, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? I'm like, well, I did.
How do you feel about that? Do you normally is that honesty the best policy for you?
I'm straight.
Right to the point.
Straight.
You don't sugarcoat
That's
it.
like my mother. I always said that I'm a lot like my mom.
Yeah.
My mom will tell it to you straight. She always says that they may not always like what you say, but you hope that they'll respect you for it.
I'm going to put this out to the wonderful people that are watching. Have you guys ever had a situation where you had to be honest and you knew that the other person wasn't going to receive it well, but you knew that you had to because it was the right thing to do? You don't necessarily have to say the situation unless you want to, and let us know how the outcome went. If they were understanding or if they just completely, you know, shut the door in your face. I think it's you know, it's important to talk about it because I'm tired of walking on eggshells. I got to be honest. I'm tired of it.
The way our world is now.
I'm in my middle 50s. Why am I walking on eggshells? Yeah.
That's the way our world is now.
I'm getting messages. How do I log on to the show?
Oh, who?
No, people, because I'm getting text messages. Oh, your show's on. Like, how do I get on? I'm like, oh my god. Okay,
Okay. You keep doing your thing. Maria's watching. Hi, Maria. We
Sure,
missed you up,
I'll
Liz. We haven't seen you in a while. So texting. So now, I have to do a shout out. I'm not sure if he's watching, to my dear friend, and he knows who he is. Much love and respect as I get into this conversation about texting. Okay. Absolutely have the utmost fondness for him, but we are constantly having this discussion about texting, and it drives me crazy. But not just with him, with just in general, you know. Texting, and we've covered this almost every show. Texting is good for, hey, I'll be there in 5. Just parking, get me a French vanilla. Or, you know, whatever the thing is, right? Texting is not good to have grown-up conversations through. Texting is not good when you're trying to work through something or you're on a deadline about something and you're trying to figure out, like, what does this person want or need. Texting is very time-consuming. And the other thing is, it can be misinterpreted because you don't know the tone of what the other person means.
Yes.
How do you feel about this? I don't know. Necessary evil.
You know what? It's true. And that saying, that proverbial saying that you don't know the tone in a text. Right. And you hit it right on the head with regards to the fact that when you're having a major argument or a disagreement, texting.
No.
I have learned.
I know.
Well, I've learned the hard way that doesn't work.
Yes.
Because some things are said and you interpret it the wrong way, and I have had this happen. And you know, geez, recently I just had an argument like that on the text.
On texting.
And I, you know, there comes a point where you have to just say, okay, let's just talk.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about it, because. And then here's the crazy thing, because when you do that, then you realize, oh, that's how you meant that? Oh, I didn't even.
Yeah, you know,
that's not how I thought you were talking.
So I'm the first to admit.
Right.
So many times. I'm like,
yeah.
Really? I'm like, what's with the catty attitude? What attitude? So then I call them. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Julia, what what's wrong?
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean? Or
Exactly.
the other way around,
Exactly.
right? I'm just, and then they're
Yeah.
like, Julia, why are you being like a?
So I'm the first to
A
admit
biatch.
that I get so defensive when I'm cornered and I don't even, and if I'm like not feeling it or I have something to say, I'm the first one because that other person's mode of communication is texting. So there I am texting, and you know what? Maybe I regret it the next day, maybe I don't, but the point is in that moment, you've got to get it out, and if that's the way that they want to communicate, right? But lots of times, I guess because maybe they're already anticipating that I'm gonna, I don't know, get defensive about something when I'm actually not trying to be difficult or whatever. No, when I'm really not, all of a sudden it's like they might interpret it that way.
Sometimes she's
No,
being
I
defensive
know.
now.
You see,
Yeah.
so I'm just checking.
Yeah, I'm just
Is
saying.
she speaking the truth right
No,
now?
it's true. Sometimes what happens is I'm cool, and they think that I'm not being cool, and then it pushes my buttons. So that's what I'm saying about. I think picking up the phone sometimes is just the best way.
That's
Yeah,
That's
I
all.
agree.
It is the best way.
I think one time I even wrote on my, actually it's still on there on my WhatsApp. It says, don't text me because I won't answer you. Call me and I'll pick up. Like that. Because I
You
hate
need to send
texting.
that to me.
Yeah.
I gotta put that.
Like, it's my
post
status
that.
on majority of my things. It's like call me or I put myself on mute and go missing persons is what I call it.
Mhm.
And then if they want to get a hold of me, they'll call me. If not, well, don't expect a message from me.
Well,
Like,
it's
sorry.
true, right? Alessia says shopping with my sisters. Oh, fun! Hope you guys are having a good time.
Ooh.
Maria says hi, ladies. Adriana, who's also my goddaughter, just joined. How are you? Hope the family is well. So yeah, so there's a lot. Like I mean, you know, there's just a lot going on all the time. I think that you know what, when you put yourself out there, you're meeting people, you know people. Especially if you're speaking, if you are networking, if you're trying to get your own gig going business-wise, you are going to meet people.
Yeah.
And a lot of times meeting people is amazing because you get to align yourself with people that you want to align. Sometimes though you meet people and you're just like, oh, nice people, but I couldn't see myself working with them or collaborate. And you know what? I don't think there's anything wrong with
That
that,
happens.
right?
You can't get along with everybody. And
No.
Yeah.
The chemistry is not always going to be there. So
Yeah.
that's.
You know, I think there's certain situations that are definitely worth working through, though, for sure, you know. But I think, like we said earlier, it's our choice how we want to, you know, how we want to deal with it, right?
Right.
So, anyway, guys, I just want you to know that although I know Roger from a few events and are online, I was saying to him earlier before the show started that I don't know a lot about him. So we might uncover a few things this evening.
So ask questions. No limits.
Ask questions.
No
No
limits.
limits.
That's what I
Well,
always
there might
say.
be a
I'm like,
few
ask
limits.
anything
Few
you
limits,
want.
but
It can be
yeah,
bad.
I'm
okay.
waiting. I'm
Good.
waiting for some
That's
of our
alright.
lovely girlfriends to ask if you know you know if they can date you. But anyway,
Oh, Lord.
we had that a few weeks
Here's a
ago.
question someone asked. Is he single?
We asked it already, huh?
Oh.
No. No.
Okay.
No.
So you're smiling.
No.
This is good? No? Or no, you're not answering?
No. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Well, you know, that
It's
takes
okay.
care of.
I'll make sure to tell him, like, sorry, move on. Next.
Next. Yeah, no kidding. So let's talk about, okay, before we get into sort of like some of your life story,
Yeah.
we always do no thanks moments. I have a no thanks moment. I have a few.
We're gonna do it differently. Actually, you guys can type in your no thanks.
What are your no
moments.
thanks
Okay.
moments?
Well, we're gonna go through the line. What's
Okay.
a no thanks? So do you? Okay, let
So
me just
what
give
is
you.
what is this?
Let me give you
no
a
thanks?
rundown example. This is the number one example I always give everyone because
Yeah.
it's the perfect one. But anyways, so okay, when you're at this is when you're at a club, okay, and some guy just comes up to you. This is my no thanks. So this is a true story.
Mhm.
It's like he goes, "Oh my God, you look so beautiful tonight." He goes, "I got hotel. I got key. Do you wanna go, honey? Do you wanna go?" And I'm like, "No thanks. I'm good." I'm good. Yeah.
I like that. That
Tales of the Club.
You
Tales
are-
of the
true
Club.
story.
That is a true story.
you are
I do a
good.
lot of voices. So
Yes, I'm saying
She
that.
does. She does a lot of voices.
Damn.
That's a good no thanks moment. And
That was a good one.
That,
That was a good
happens
one.
almost weekly.
That was a
Right?
good one. Man, I'm gonna have to listen to yours now. What's yours?
Well,
Because I gotta
okay.
think about this.
All right. Well, okay.
No
Hold on one
thanks,
sec.
no.
Lydia is watching. Hi, Lydia. How are you? Ramsey says, Roger, do you like pineapple?
Oh,
on
here we
pizza?
go with this
Because
conversation
this was a
again.
3-week debate early on.
Yes.
No.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you guys
Yes.
very much for
Yes.
tuning in.
Give me 5.
See you later.
Okay. Hey, Doris. Doris just joined. Good evening. How are you? She's a longtime viewer of the show as well.
All right,
Good
all right.
people. So my no thanks moment, I have a few, but my no thanks moment is when you are driving and you put your signal on because you want to change lane,
Mhm.
and the car behind you, instead of actually giving you a chance, speeds up faster. No thanks. What's up with that? No, but seriously,
Oh,
come on.
wow.
That's my
yeah,
no thanks.
that's
That happened today.
that's a good one. Because I see that all the time, and that bothers me. That really
Right?
bothers me. Yeah.
Yes.
Man. Okay. You guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Powerful ones.
Yeah.
When the air
Oh.
conditioning goes out on a 35-degree humidex day, no thanks.
No, that day at the car wash, Julia.
Oh
I
yeah.
would say. You know what I would say?
Oh.
Okay. Okay. I mean, geez, I feel like I have to compete here with this one. but-
No, you don't.
Mine would probably be when you go to the gas station
Yeah.
and it's full. It's like a full
Oh,
gas
yeah.
station, and you're waiting to get to the pump, and somebody reverses in while you're coming this way.
Oh
Yeah.
my
you know
god.
you
yeah.
were there waiting
I
all the
agree.
time,
Yes.
and they just pop themselves in.
That's
And you're
annoying.
sitting.
No thanks.
No
No
thanks.
thanks.
And you're sitting there going, I'm sorry, was I invisible?
Yeah,
Just
like,
right. I
That's
know.
the part of that's mine.
That
That's
bothers
mine.
me too.
What about when the gas station? It's literally at 129, like 0.2, let's say, and it's full, and you get there and you're like, did I miss a meeting or something, or the memo, like a newsletter?
No, you know
I'm like,
what's
who's in line for
I'm
this?
gonna say something else. I'm gonna say something else with the gas station.
Yeah.
When they change the price right when you just finished
Oh
your
yeah,
and
That's
it goes
happened to
down
me.
and you see the thing go down.
Yes.
Like, oh,
And you're like, what?
on.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's annoying.
Isn't that annoying?
And you go back to
Yeah.
Bark and be like, here,
Yeah.
listen,
Well,
I'll
so-
give you this bus ticket if you give me like a refund. Even
Well,
a pack of gum will do.
Since we're talking about the gas station, Julia, you gotta talk about that day with the car wash with my air conditioning.
Oh my god. Okay, listen to this.
All right.
Okay, let's get real here. So, it is. I don't know if you remember that hottest weekend in the summer. I forget what month it was.
It was
But it
really.
was
It was
hot.
literally
It was
45
like-
with the humidex.
Yeah,
it was really hot.
It was exactly
It was a rarity for
45.
us.
Yeah.
Those, it must have been the one.
Right?
The
You could
one.
put eggs.
The one.
Well, it was the one because we remember this particular experience.
So you could literally put eggs on top of the car hood and cook it.
Yeah.
And be like, okay,
Yeah.
anyone want any? Like, this
Right.
and that. That's how hot it was. But anyways, so we're in so now her air conditioning broke
Just broke that weekend.
that weekend. Like it's
Because it was so
working.
hot and I guess it just
Wow.
gave, like it just, yeah, we had it on.
And
like,
you have the three, like my sister, her, like me in the car, so three of us. But she wasn't in, so it was just us two. But the
Yeah.
body heat consumed, like, just, oh my god, joined with a car wash.
And you have to keep
And
the windows closed.
are up. And you're in there, okay? And the only thing I had cold was the ice cap. I'm not joking. I poured the ice cap down my shirt because of how hot it was. So we get there. I'm like, oh my god, I'm having a panic attack, guys.
It was so hot. She was not having it.
I was actually
Really?
this close to getting out
She
of
was
the
not
car.
having it. Was so hot. It was like 100 degrees in
Oh
there.
my
Because we
God.
didn't realize the car needed
Oh.
washing, but like we can't put the air on because the
Yeah,
air's
I was
not
like, what the hell? I was actually about to go and leave the
So you
car
guys
and,
melted.
and just
Yeah, we
stand in
did.
the middle of the car
Literally
wash
melted.
like this.
We did.
It was the worst
really
experience
uncomfortable.
of my life.
Champagne problems, right? But you don't think of it. Like you don't think of it until
Of
you're
course.
in it, right?
Yeah,
Of
it
course,
honestly
of
was.
course.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Shelly
Oh.
is on. Hi, everyone.
Say it with me. Oh,
Shelly.
Oh, Shelly. Is it me you're looking for? Oh, was about to go and I lost my note. See, I
Shelly,
have
See, I wish I
have-
knew you were gonna do that.
See, that's what I do. I just come out.
We
with,
love Shelly.
I don't know.
Shelly was our
Thanks.
first guest on
Shout
the
outs
show.
to Shelly.
Shelly, we mentioned you earlier, and we talked about how you are going to be taking the Speaker Slam stage on Tuesday night, and you are going to be awesome.
Yes.
I'm so glad that you joined tonight. Shelly is my and you know what? I always use Shelly as a great example of how taking we met on LinkedIn, and then we became friends in real life. We haven't seen each other in a little while. We always try to grab dinner or coffee. We have to do that soon.
So
But
I'm gonna say
yeah.
something about her as she's
Yeah,
on.
absolutely.
The crazy thing was that, I had been on LinkedIn for a while and speaking to her, and we were connected through, that platform, but never got to meet her. And then one evening, we went to a LinkedIn local event.
Yes.
And I finally met her, and we embraced as if we had known each other for years. For years.
Yes.
And it was crazy because the whole night after that, you would have thought that it had been like I was away and I just seen her from the first time in about 2 months, and oh my God, I had never met the woman in my life.
You know what?
And kaboom, she's like one of my great friends. Love you. Mwah.
Oh, yes, Shelly.
Right.
Woohoo. I have to tell you, I have similar experiences. The very first time we met, I think we had lunch or dinner, I can't remember. We laughed so hard. She's so funny. I don't know, a lot of people just have an opportunity to really appreciate her sense of humor. And every time we get together for dinner, we're always catching up. She just drops these boom, and I'm laughing my butt off, and just so refreshing, especially after a long work day or long work week. So anyway, Shelly, I am hoping diligently to be there Tuesday night to cheer you on.
It's gonna be awesome.
And
Me
Monica,
too.
who's also
I'll
on
be
there.
tonight. Yeah, it's gonna be great, right? We're
Yeah.
definitely it's a big deal. I've heard, and I say this often, I've heard Shelly speak a few times, and it was Shelly. I have to literally commend her probably 80 to 85% out of 100 for giving me the motivation and the the drive to be able to get back on stage and share my voice last year. And it started from there. I heard her and I was just like, I can do this. And she really catapulted me into this. And she's, like you talk about great friends and giving you that push. She's it.
Right.
She's it. So,
She's it.
yeah, there
She's
you
in
go.
that circle.
She's in that
She's in that
circle.
Right.
Let's see
We
what
have
else
some
they're
no
saying.
thanks moments.
Shelly says, hang on one second. Sorry.
I can't.
Oh,
Do-
Roxanne
say anything.
says, sorry, what's that?
Nothing. Just go ahead.
Roxanne says, when you're walking and a group of 4 people walking side by side towards you on the sidewalk refuse to give you
Oh,
way,
that's annoying.
so you have to step into grass or snow or even the
Oh.
street to let them by. No
What
thanks.
about when they
Yes.
actually
No
do,
thanks. No thanks.
slightly part away,
I just push
and you
right
can't
through.
go through it?
Do you?
I
You
just
know
push
what?
right through.
I kind of
I
do
just push
too.
right through.
That is so true, Roxanne. That's a good one.
That
I just push
happened,
right
and
through.
one time I went into moving traffic. I'm like, look what you did. I'm like, look what you
Look
did.
what you did.
I'm like, okay.
You got another one?
Yeah, Shelly says, my friends, love all of you. Connection is key. Roxanne says, love LinkedIn Local. Doris, clapping emojis. Shelly says, you are the best. She says, want all of you there. Some nerves, but doing it. I am blessed with all the support. Hashtag my people.
Ramsey
Yes.
Ramsey said when you hold on. When you say excuse me to people and they don't move out of the way. Did we say this one?
Yeah, no, that's true.
Oh, yeah, we said okay. I didn't know.
That's so
There's
true.
so
You say
many
excuse
words.
me and they're just still standing there and you're like, hello.
Excuse me, and they're
right?
they go like this,
Yep.
I know, it's so true.
and I'm like, listen, I'ma slap you. Move.
You know what? It's like you say it nicely, right? You say
Right.
excuse me.
That's my nicely.
I don't know, like it's just again it comes down to common courtesy, but there's a lot of no thanks. Victoria had a good one last week. She just kind of did it on the spur of the moment, something about the flicking the cigarette butts or something. She was saying about outside or near
Oh,
you
yeah,
and you're
it's
standing.
like you're slowly going
something
this.
like
You know what?
that.
I'm sorry. Shout out to anybody who does smoke. Okay, no problem. But it always baffles me. It is the dead of winter,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
they're-
and they're outside, and you just seem like this. They get that last. Come on, and they leave. Like,
Right.
why suffer like that?
Right, and then they
Minus
walk in like they're
30.
Oh
all
my
cold.
God! Like,
Yeah.
yeah, minus
They're like this,
30.
yeah, it wasn't bad outside.
No, it wasn't bad at all, man. Come on.
Killing me.
Or they use that phrase, I'm Canadian, I'm never cold.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm
Right.
like, yo,
As they're like,
Yeah.
Please.
they're
Come on.
suffering from hypothermia.
Go to just go in Toronto one winter and wear your flip flops and shorts, and then come back to me in 5 minutes if you can move.
Exactly.
Then we'll talk.
Then we'll talk.
I know, it's so true, but you're right. You're right about that. And
Never get it.
the other thing I was going
You
to
don't see that. Just like, come on.
Oh my
You
god!
know why? Because I could see it. Like I could see people congregating in the, there's like whatever the 8 feet
Oh,
rule or
man.
There are two types of people. They're the ones who do that in the winter, and then the ones in the summer who smoke, but they make sure to go like close to someone, and they just take their sweet ass time. Pardon my language.
Why are they doing that?
And they just like, and then they're like, I
Yeah,
have
they got
time to
style.
get another one,
Yeah.
and they look right at you, and then they just like
Right,
in your face.
The non-smokers
the
don't
ones who
appreciate
loiter,
Yeah, that-
smoke,
Right.
and they don't move, and they think that they can smoke anywhere.
Right.
It's like move the out of the way.
Well, it kind of
Move.
goes back to Ramsey's point about like you say excuse me or you want your space, and people always seem to be. And I think
Oh, I got one.
Oh,
Yes,
okay, okay,
please.
go.
Yeah, here's one. When you're standing at in the line, not even in the line, but if you're at a counter or, well, let's just say in a line, and somebody stands right behind or
Oh my
beside
god, and
you,
they're breathing?
and they're like
Oh,
in
yeah.
your space,
Yes.
and you have to like literally look at them and say, "Can you move?"
In the line to pay at the grocery
Yeah,
store.
if they're behind you
Yeah.
and you can literally feel
Or at the
them
bank?
breathing on the back of your neck. Or if you're standing in line, I have had this happen. This is a funny thing. This is a true story. I will be at the counter and I'm talking to the lady or something, and a person comes and literally stands right here, and they're just looking, waiting. And I turn and say, "Dude, do we have an issue here? Right? Do we have an issue?" And he said, "Oh no, I'm just waiting for her." Then move back.
Because you're
To the
talking.
line.
Right?
Because you're having a
Move
conversation.
back,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because you are in my space. Bruh, this is my space. Right? No thanks. There
Roger,
you go.
honestly, that's a great one, guys.
Oh my
I
God,
love
that-
how you call it out. Like, I love how you.
Oh,
That's
I
it. That's the
always
way to be.
do.
Yeah.
I mean, with you gotta be polite. I'm polite, but I also say it, like it's my space. I think I would feel a little uncomfortable about it too. Speaking of which, actually,
Yeah.
Roger just reminded me talking about the guy, the Vicky's friend last week
The guy
At the
with
club?
with the guy.
at the club. The
We're
guy,
talking to.
Vicky's friend, last week at your birthday.
Oh my god!
Right. Talking
Oh,
about yeah.
Jesus, Mother Mercy!
Right up in you.
Oh my god.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right, okay,
Right.
I'll make this like, I'll just get to it. So there was this man. Well, I don't even want to call him a man. He was something. He wasn't a man. But anyway, it's not even a boy. I don't even think he was human. Okay. But anyway, so this guy, he reeked. First of all, a pot. I don't care about
Yeah.
use. You do you.
Yeah.
Whatever. But he literally looked like he soaked. He bathed in a bathtub of like weed. Okay. So you smell this, okay, and then you're like, okay, like it's getting a little strong, like a little. Anyway, so you're the friend, okay? He comes up to her, and we're all dancing in a group, and he goes like this. He goes like, "So what? How's it going?
Oh,
How are you
Lord.
doing?"
But like
Like
against
that,
her
right?
cheek.
I like literally
Touched
on
her cheek.
And I looked at this
Wow.
like this morph, okay? I looked at this guy, and I'm like, excuse me? Like, I was like, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight tonight. I
Because the
don't
girls
care.
protect each other, right?
So I
the
looked
girls
at
protect
it.
each
Of course,
other.
oh, yeah.
Right? So I looked at him, I'm
like,
like, excuse me. I'm like, do you mind backing up? Like this, and that going on. And he's like, excuse me? He does it again. And I looked at him like, okay, let me just roll my sleeves up. Let's just roll them up, okay? And I'm looking at him, I'm like, dude, back the off. Like,
Wow.
just back up.
And he gave
okay?
you attitude.
Oh, he gave me attitude. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
he left at first, and I'm like ready to like. He sees it in the like. He
Because the
sees
girl,
it in my eyes.
because the
I
girl
was
was
going to
feeling a
punch
little. It
him.
was the first time I think she had been.
Yeah,
and she
she's
was
feeling
feeling a little
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable, obviously. And, yeah.
So he came back. Okay. He
Trophies.
starts dancing behind my friend Vic. Okay. And he's like literally his okay was on her butt. Like he's like okay. I'm like,
I like how she did. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like chilling. It's just like, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
he's
right.
like moving in slowly, like ready to like, you know. First of all, this is a public place. Let's keep it PG.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he goes like, okay. I looked at Vicky's looking at me like, okay, and I'm like, okay, girl, move.
And I was just about to call security because
Yeah.
we know them all.
So
Right,
I
right.
looked at him. I'm like, okay, listen. I'm like, I said it politely first, and I was like, excuse me. I'm like, hi. Do you mind just moving a little more over there? You're making my friends very uncomfortable.
Right.
Please.
Right.
Oh, he goes. This is what he says. He's like, listen, bitch. Like, you know, listen,
Wow.
biatch. Okay. He goes, I was here first. This, and that. So he goes back up and like this, and he goes on, right? And I
I'm
looked
ready
at
to call
him.
security at this point.
I looked at him and I said, first of all, sir,
Wow.
okay, I've been coming to this club almost like every weekend for the last like 6 years. Okay, I've never seen, so technically I was here first. Okay, and I'm like, and who are you calling a bitch? You pussy? Like I was just going on.
And you know what? Sorry, Julia. I just want to mention this. It's. You talk about this too. It's about common courtesy. It's about respecting one
he
another's
didn't give a-
space.
Yeah.
It's about respecting one's safe spot and zone. And you know what? A lot of times people will use the excuse of alcohol. They're
Oh, he wasn't
intoxicated,
drunk.
or they're this, or they're
He
that.
wasn't
But you know
Right,
what? Okay,
right.
I get it to a certain extent, but there's also a certain etiquette that goes with trying to pick up a girl at a club or even talking to someone in just in
Right.
social situations.
Right. Yeah.
Do you not agree with that?
I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
Did he finally go away?
oh yeah, so then I said to the girl, I'm like, Huba, he shoves me, and I had it. I'm like this. That's it.
He's taking off
Okay.
the earring.
And
Get ready.
I didn't have any earrings on, but just to be a little more dramatic about it, because I've always wanted to get into a fist fight with somebody, especially this mort. Okay, so I'm just like, yeah, okay. And I said, went like this. Vicky's like,
What's
was like no earrings, but anyways, besides that, so I'm ready. I'm like, you want to like go? I get into his face. He's like, no.
I'm good.
He left, and he got removed, and he
Yeah,
was
he
just,
did.
I
He
was
did.
ready
That's
to
insane.
punch.
He
That's
did.
insane.
But you know what? Every week there's always
it felt
these
so
club
good.
tales. It's like hilarious.
It felt so good. I was like, I'm ready to punch you. I'm like, you wanna?
because you were talking about the
Wanna
space in
fight?
the grocery store. It's no
I
different.
must break you.
I must.
I must break you.
Okay,
If he
hold
dies,
on 1
he
second.
dies.
So we
Shout
got
out to Rocky 4.
Yes.
Greatest Rocky movie.
Yes.
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 So good.
Yes.
Shout out to Michael B. Jordan if he's watching.
No. Listen, I love Creed, no
I
doubt.
love Creed
but
too. But Rocky
Rocky
He's
Four.
not a
yeah.
man.
Rocky IV,
He's
man.
made out of iron.
Rocky Four was a classic.
Rocky 4.
Rocky Four.
Yeah.
So speaking of Rocky Four and trilogies, my other baby girl Felicia is watching. She is such a movie buff. She's into the sequels and the trilogies, and she knows movies and she can reenact scenes better than anybody. She's
Okay.
unbelievable. Carmina's watching. How are you? She's our dance friend as well.
Hi.
Shelly says hashtag girl power. Absolutely.
Yeah.
She also says hashtag personal space. That it's very true. Like
Yeah,
personal
and
space,
Yeah.
2 words.
very important.
No, held on 3. No,
Very
3
important.
words. Take a shower.
Shelley says, grow up
Take a
in
shower.
New Brunswick. Oh, you can weather anything. Yes. Oh, Rena's watching. Rena Rovinelli. Hi, Rena. How are you? Rena heads up along with her partner Dan. Speaker Slam. We talk about Speaker Slam
Right,
every
right.
single week.
Shout out.
And shout out to a great project that they've got going every month. You know, they bring some fantastic speakers and just.
You know I was on the first one, right?
I did not. The very first
The
one.
very
I did
first
not
one.
know that.
Yeah.
Was
I
it
was
like
the
3
very
years
first
ago?
one and the very first speaker.
No way.
Right. That's my claim to fame for
That's
Speaker
amazing.
Slam. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Very first speaker, very first speaker.
How
slam.
was it? How was the experience for you?
Oh, it was enjoyable. Like
Yeah.
I would say that, you know, with everything, it's funny because I have watched it grow. And shout out to Rena and Dan as well for the incredible work that they put in.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because like anything, when you first started off, there's bumps and bruises, learning lessons and
Yeah.
everything like that.
Yeah.
And I was proud. I guess I was really glad to be a part of that first one. I knew a lot of the people that were speaking on the show.
That's amazing.
So obviously the way in which it's being done now has changed
Yeah.
from what it was
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
and that's also a part of that learning process
Yes,
of
yes.
how to make it better, more interesting, and everything like that. But it was an amazing opportunity.
That's incredible. You know,
And I take it as a challenge. I always do that when it comes to things like that. It's a challenge to me to embrace it, try it, move on. So,
you know, so you know what I did? So I've been to every one of them this year in 2019, but I hadn't really known too much about the Speaker Slam community. And I decided I'm going to go get a ticket or two. And one of my friends came with me to the Grand Slam back in November, to have a great evening. You know, shout out to James if he's watching this evening. And he and I went, and you know, I didn't go to the individual months, but I went to the Grand Slam because I wanted to know what it was all about. There's obviously a bigger venue and a bigger stage. But the point I'm trying to make is, and like every event that I've gone to, I've never left uninspired. I've always left so inspired, right? Juliet's come with me on a few of these, and that's the whole point. Like real people, real stories, and it's phenomenal. And I was on the stage last month, and again, I only mention this because it was very, very liberating for me. Last year, I'd heard about this, and I was like, you know what? I'm not taking a stage, let alone a competition. I'm not doing this. I had a lot to say. But you know, you have to process what you're going through internally before you can share it on a stage with 200 or 300 people. And I did it last month, but for me that was a part of the healing process for me, part of the release for me, and that event really allowed that for me. Plus, meeting and seeing so many fantastic people that support one another.
I'll say it like this. What I have noticed is that there has been that evolution.
Yes.
There are topics, there are themes.
Yes. Yes.
So it now broadens and gives those who want to come out and be a part of it an opportunity, because now you're opening them up to say, okay, share your story on this particular topic.
Yeah.
And I think I commend where Rena and Dan have taken this.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Right? I hadn't been to it for a while, and then I was asked to come out and judge the contest. This was I think this was in September. That one I was at. And it was fun. It was really good to be there, and then to get on stage and to talk about the different speakers, what they did well.
Yes.
It was an opportunity for me to see some of the great ones. I think that night, shout out to Marav. Marav was the one who won that night. And a lot of great speakers come and go through the Speaker Slam system.
Yes.
And you get to
and it's a community,
and the community itself. Now that too, that's the other thing that I noticed that was really, like, the first one, everybody's just trying to get to know what's going on, what's happening. It's the new thing.
Yes.
So we're all coming to see what it's about. But as time has gone, I've noticed that it's more of, community, but supportive.
Very supportive.
Right?
Very supportive. Yeah.
Excuse me. Very supportive. And somebody goes up on stage and they're frightened. They're not used to doing this. They're worried about what they're gonna look like.
Yeah.
And there's the crowd just
cheering,
whistling, and everyone.
Right.
I
so
love that.
That alone is a positive thing about it.
Oh, fantastic! Right.
Good.
So shout out to Speaker Slam. Like I said, we mention them almost every show because a lot of the people that we either have on the show or tune in on the show, we've met through like the Facebook community, through Speaker Slam, through other, just people that know people. So you want to give props to that, because it is all about the human connection, right? Yep. It is all about community. Let's do a few more shout outs. Hang on a sec, guys. Bear with me. Terry Ann is watching. Hey, Terry Ann, how are you? Such a loyal, friend of the show and to us. Ramsey says you should have given him a 5-knuckle shuffle.
Where are you seeing these comments? See, I don't see them on my laptop.
So Ramsey says 5-knuckle shuffle.
Yeah, why not? I would have actually grabbed him like this and like threw him like a nice.
He says, or the people's elbow.
I could have lifted him. Like, why not? I would have with all those people.
A fan of wrestling.
Yes.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fan of wrestling. Shout out to wrestlers,
absolutely,
man. WWE.
Yes.
And bigger shout out to Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh yes.
I love
You
it.
smell what The Rock is cooking?
Yes, that would be cheese sticks and marinara sauce.
That was so good. We love The Rock. Just saying. Shelly says, gotta go, but anything goes. So great to see the three of you. Shelly, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye,
Terry Ann
Shelly.
says,
Bye,
See you
Shelly.
I have a move for you to try if a guy puts a hand where it don't go. Oh.
Okay, who? Wait, who?
Ooh.
What? Where?
Terry Ann says that. Okay, you're gonna have to give us some info there. Carmina says, hello, gorgeous ladies. Hello. Terry Ann says, that's kind of my move. I think
Which
she's
one?
the Ramsey, the wrestling move. Terry Ann says, love his calm manner. Yes. James Michael is watching. How are you, James? Great video of you dancing, by the way. I just want you to know that. That was awesome. Loved it. Terry Ann says, hey, James Michael. You see, everybody's a community here.
Mm-hmm.
Rayanne is watching, Jill.
Where? Why
Rayanne-
did I see this?
Rayanne
Hi, Rayanne.
is,
Hey, girl.
Julia's
How are
friend.
you? See you soon. How's New York? She's in New York. Oh wait.
Terry
Wow,
Ann says
I'm
my
so
shoulder's
blind.
falling off.
I'm so blind. It says it right. And the
You're
mouse
awesome.
is on it too.
I know. You guys are awesome, honestly. So I want to be cognizant of the time. You know that an hour and 10 minutes have gone by, right?
You're
Just like
kidding.
that, right?
Just like that.
And
Just
we never
like
even
that.
talked about what I did.
We're gonna.
Oh, this is the part.
Right
this
now.
is the rest of your
We're
time.
gonna talk about. Well,
we had some fun.
I'm
I didn't
tell-
realize the time.
I didn't realize it either. I was like,
I told you earlier. It goes by so fast.
It does.
We do our final moments at the end and maybe some singing, but why don't we spend the next few minutes just talking about Roger? And I've met you at a few events, and the recent Toastmasters, I was there, and Roger was facilitating it. Shelly was speaking at it. A lot of great people there. We've been. I've met you at Fearless Voices a few times, and when we talk about community, like honestly, you meet people, and you either know them already through social media, or you meet offline and then connect on social media.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about you, and like I always say, show me who you are, don't tell me what you do. And what I mean by that is, people are always so quick to say, oh, I'm an engineer, I'm an accountant, I work over here, but I want to know who you are. I want to know who that person is. I want to know what makes them tick. I want to know what gets them up in the morning. I want to know where their passions lie. So
technically, you want to know everything.
well, as much as you want to share in like
Correct.
5-10 minutes, but like your story in terms of like, how you've gotten to this point in terms of your speaking and what you're doing in your career, and because like I said, I was trying to do a little bit of research. I know a little bit, but why don't you tell us some stuff?
Well, first of all, to answer your question of the why,
Yeah.
what I do everything is, I am on natural energy.
Yes.
Like natural.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't need anything to be who I am.
Right.
And I think somebody said I'm a calm demeanor, but yeah, it's because we're chilling right
You're
now.
chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
the type of person, I want to have fun all the time.
Yes.
And I give a lot of my time to different organizations and people and everything like that. I'm a part of Toastmasters, as you know, because that's where you met. A lot of the things that I do is through Toastmasters. But for me, it's that giving back thing, right?
Yes.
You
Shelly
want to
calls
know
it.
who I am. I'm the guy that's, you call me and say, hey, I want you to be a part. Look, this.
Yes.
I want you to be a part of this. All right, I'm there.
Yes,
Right? Or
yes.
I need you to speak at an event, or I need you to help me with this. I'm that guy. Right?
Shelley calls it the art of reciprocity.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's me. But when you talk about who I am and where it all came from, I ran track and field.
Did you?
Yeah, I ran track and field and
That's awesome.
Yeah.
starred in that, and that was my big thing.
Wow.
Got a scholarship for that and everything. So that was the big thing for me when I was growing up. Loved track and field, and I always knew that my parents had a business. Right? They obviously, I know that the business is there, but I didn't want to be in the business.
Right.
I didn't want to be in it. I'm gonna give you a joke. I'm gonna, if I got time.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
So
time.
when I was growing up, my dad had an accountant,
Okay.
and his accountant was the smoothest guy I'd ever seen. Man, when this guy walked in the room, he literally looked like he was walking on clouds. And do you remember, what is his name? Billy D. Williams?
Yeah. Oh,
Shout out to Billy D. Williams.
Yes,
For those who are old enough to know who Billy D. Williams
I'm not
was.
old enough to know, but
Right.
I know everybody else is not him though.
Anyways, Billy D. Williams
Yes.
is what my dad's accountant looked like.
Okay.
And reminded me of.
Okay.
And when he walked into the room, he'd always go, "Hey, Roger, how you doing? What's that?"
That's so like, oh my god.
Right? And he'd walk, and he'd just have that walk, and I used to say, "Damn, I want to be just like him."
Right.
Right? He had the car, he had the look.
He was
and
smooth,
he was just
charismatic.
smooth and charismatic, and I always just say, man, I want to be an accountant. That's stupid thinking, right? It's foolish thinking when you're a kid.
Charismatic
But
accountant.
you're like, oh
This
my
is
God,
the
I
first time I'm
just
started
want
hearing
to
about
be.
an accountant like
Yeah,
this.
like I want to be like that. So I literally went to school wanting to be an accountant, and it was just one of those days where I literally was working at a company during the summertime, and it hit me. This is not me.
Right.
I'm the type of person who needs to be out there doing things and everything like that.
Right.
And I left. And I left that and I went back to
That's
my
it.
parents.
Yeah.
And said I'm going to start working in the family business and stuff. And from that point on, I've gone on to take over the company, and
Yeah.
my parents and them moved back, retired and everything. So they're living life well now, and happy
Woohoo.
for them.
Yes.
Shout out mom and dad. What's up?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Shout out.
Right.
Roger's parents.
So
Yep.
and that was how that all evolved. Now, when you talk about the speaking part of it and everything, I had to learn, and it's with anybody in life. When you start off from the bottom, which is what my dad did, he made me start from the bottom, which is what I love about him, and I'm glad that he did that, making me learn the business from the ground up.
Yes.
Would not just put me in one of those managerial positions and
Yes.
stuff like that.
Kind of like what I'm doing with Julia. But
Yeah.
just continue,
Good.
Roger.
No, that's good. You should, and that's the best way to
Just
do it.
saying.
But the point is that I learned
Stop.
best.
I can see you.
I learned through that. But the idea was that I went from that person to now an owner,
Right. Yeah.
and those who were executives now had to adjust and say, well, now we're talking from the guy that we just say, hey, what's up, Roger?
Yeah.
To, oh, you're making decisions now.
Yeah. That's
and
it.
getting to speak to them got me nervous,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And so that's when I joined Toastmasters.
Yeah.
I joined them so that I can learn how to be comfortable in even situations like this. This would get me nervous before, right?
Yeah, you
really,
seem so
really
like,
nervous. Now I'm
hey,
calm,
what's
cool,
up?
collected.
I've done this a million times
You know,
before.
I'm my
here.
accountant.
I-
You know, I'm
I'm
the
an
accountant now. I'm the accountant now.
I have to sorry interrupt you one second only because you reminded me. So I changed my Instagram heading tagline because I was writing very much like words that describe me,
Mhm.
which that's cool, right? No problem. But I was like, you know what? I need to do something else. So this is what I changed it to, if I may.
All right.
A corporate executive decided to follow her own dream, and the game completely changed.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I
that
did.
was me, and I decided later in life, right, that I needed to start following and building my own dream.
Mhm.
And a lot of it had to do with the fact that sometimes, you know what, you're just done in a soul-sucking environment. So there was no problem with speaking to people, but it was just like navigating all those landmines. And you know what, you're talking about following your passion and your purpose. And so with you speaking and doing all that you do and networking with the fact that you've got a business and you're an entrepreneur and your dad, you know, how do you find yourself now? Because you've got all these different like variables of skills that serve you really well.
Oh, my confidence is through the roof, and I think, and please don't mistake it for conceited. It has nothing to do with that. I think if a person is confident in themselves, that should be commended, right? I think people mix that up because they feel that a person is conceited because they walk around with their head up high and stuff like that. No, it's if you're confident in yourself and everything that you are and your abilities, you should be commended for that always. And I needed to that for me was what my problem was. I lacked the confidence in that setting, and that's what I learned through going to the Toastmasters program and stuff like that. The speaking then was because somebody there, after I did my very first speech, said, "Man, you will be a champion one day. Man, you know how to speak really well."
Yes.
And you shrug it off. You think, nah.
How'd you feel about it? I'm sure you were like, oh, okay.
No, actually, I thought he lost his mind. I did. I thought he
You were like,
lost his damn mind because I said, "Look, this is my first speech. Relax." But the one thing about me is that I love a challenge. And when somebody keeps saying it to me, I take that serious. And so I started to really take it serious, work hard at it. And, the rest is history, as they say. I'm 4-time champion in speaking.
Awesome.
Been to the World Championships 3 times.
That's amazing. So good.
Being able to speak around the world.
So good.
Different places. And you know what? I feel blessed and honored and humbled by all of the support that I've gotten from friends like you, from everybody around the way that allow me to have a voice. And I'll tell you something else. The great thing about what I do, and you touched on it earlier in the conversation, the great thing about what I do is I allow my voice to be heard so that those who are silent can now speak.
Amen.
Amen.
Right?
Round of applause. That's why we do.
That's why we do what we do. It's not
Yes.
a matter of, for me, I've always said, it isn't a matter of the whole audience being happy with what I do.
That's
They can
right.
clap, they can scream, they can go, "Oh my God, that was amazing." But it's that one person who comes up to you afterwards and says, "I needed to hear that.
Yes. Thank you.
What you
Right?
did
Yeah.
changed me," or
Yeah.
"I needed that so that I can do something better with myself." That's what we as speakers are here for.
Yes.
And if you have your mentality the wrong way, you're not gonna get what it's all about.
I love that. And if I could just say one other thing, when you talk about the confidence and how you're bursting with confidence, I think it's also safe to say I correlate the confidence that you've developed over the years with your ability to cut a 20-year friendship.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's a 20-year friendship, to walk away, to just cut that out of your life, you have to be confident enough and assertive in your own skin and your own emotions and feelings to go, this is not serving me anymore, and I've got to do this.
Exactly.
And that
And
is
that-
huge.
That's what I was
before.
trying to say. Like, that's what it
Yes.
came down to.
Yes.
Does it serve a purpose for me at that point? And I
Yes.
realized it didn't. It didn't. But I love my life right now.
I
I
love
absolutely
that.
love my life.
Roger
Right.
loves his life,
He
everybody.
loves his life.
I do.
Oh, and specifically, Ramsey says this award here I got. He's like, you wrote GOAT, Ramsey, but okay. I GOAT, Speakers Award, goes to Roger.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that, Ramsey.
Thanks,
Thank you very
Ramsey.
much, man.
I have
Appreciate
to do a shout out, Hassan Wadi.
Oh, he's
Oh,
We've
Hassan.
actually never met. I don't think maybe we have, but we are Facebook friends. And I apologize. I've met so many people. I want to say we've met, but anyway, I think he's awesome. He does such great
Yeah,
things.
he's amazing.
Thank you for
Amazing.
tuning in.
Sorry, I have a correction quickly.
Yes.
Sorry, I read it wrong. GOAT, Greatest of All Time Speakers Award.
Oh.
That's what
Oh,
GOAT
okay.
stands for. I
Okay.
forgot.
Alright.
It's an
Well,
educational
thank you
show.
anyways.
It's
Thank
an
you.
educational show. We
Thank
learn
you.
new
That's
things.
right.
Victoria's watching. Woohoo! Victoria.
Right.
Love Victoria. She was our guest last week.
Yes.
Courageous Conversations. She says, yes, follow your dreams and your soul. It
Mhm.
looks so good on you. That is so
It does.
true. We
It
talk
does.
about the soul, very
Mhm.
deep, right?
Yeah.
James Michael says, confident, not cocky, well said.
Mhm.
Very true.
Thank you.
James Michael says, amen. Doris says, amen. Donna Hunter is watching. Donna, how are you?
Hey, Donna.
Also a great friend. Donna, I was just saying to Shelly earlier, who also joined, that we have to do dinner soon again. These are lovely, lovely people, I'm telling you. Okay, hold on one second. And James Michael, GOAT is greatest of all time.
Yeah, because I was like, the goat. I'm like, I goat, and I'm like, you mean God? Wait, what? I'm getting old,
No,
guys.
I know. Sometimes I feel like they do it just to trick us. But listen, just in the interest of time, we always do final thoughts. But
Alright.
before we do final thoughts, I just want to say that Roger can be found on LinkedIn. He's not on Facebook or Instagram. But if they want to connect with you, LinkedIn's the best.
I want to also, I'll kind of.
You absolutely do it.
My website, you can go on my website as well, rogercaesar.com. That's CAESAR, rogercaesar.com. And yeah, LinkedIn is the one place for me.
Yep.
If you want to reach out to me or just tag me on my website. You
Yeah.
can find me there.
That's awesome, Roger. We want to, first of all, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
I was afraid. I was afraid.
It wasn't that bad.
Wasn't
I thought, oh boy, man, sitting
We're gonna have
between
you
two
do it like-
ladies, aggressive. Oh, Lord, what's
my
going to happen
goodness.
here? But this was fabulous. Thank
Thank
you, ladies,
you.
for having me. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Shout out to you both for having a platform for people to come out and just have some fun.
Aw, thank you so
Well done.
much. Thank you
Well
so
done.
much.
Well done.
All right, let's start with Julia. Julia, final thought for the evening.
If you need to punch someone, do it.
That's
Wow,
it.
that's it.
Oh no, okay, another final thought. Don't do that unless you want to get arrested. But other than that, just
No thanks.
no thanks.
No thanks.
Yeah.
No, other than that, no. Keep on smiling, people. Confidence is key. Do your thing, and if anyone has anything bad to say about it, walk away and smile.
You know what? That's walk away and smile. I think
I think I'll take that one too.
that's strength. Isn't
Walk
that
away and
strength?
smile.
Walk away and smile.
That's
Like,
strength.
I like that.
That's strength. That really is. Roger, how about you? Final thoughts for the evening, for the show, for the week?
Man, I'll say this. I came here not knowing what to expect, and honestly, I left here learning about two beautiful, angelic women who are making a huge mark, and I love it.
Aw,
I
thank
love
you.
it.
Thank
Love what
you
you guys
so
are doing.
much.
Honestly, you
Thank
guys
you,
are great.
thank you.
Oh, big hearts, all right.
Thank
I
you.
think that, and just being able to just have a freelance conversation.
Yeah.
With no restrictions. It was fun.
Aw, thank
Yeah.
you so much, Roger. Okay, my final thought. First of all, you guys, a reminder, Soul Sessions this Saturday night, Revival Concert Bar. You do not want to miss it. We are going to be there. A whole bunch of our friends are going to be there. Andre's going to be there. He
Yes,
is super
good.
talented. We are so excited. Thank you, Andre, for giving us some comp tickets for a couple of our friends who did some karaoke, and they got the tickets. I also want to say, too, a reminder, May 9th, the Dynamo Entrepreneur Speaker Talent Search. James Ert, who is the CEO of Dynamo Entrepreneur, and the entire crew. There's going to be 20 speakers. It's going to be an awesome event. This is actually our first one, so please get your tickets. We've been promoting it. It's going to be really, really fun. And I just want to say, in terms of my final thoughts, and every week it kind of has the same sort of theme throughout, but I guess for me, it's no different than all the nuggets of wisdom that I share, online, and also talking with people. When anything is not serving you, it's not serving you well, and it's not making you happy, if it's a negative situation, walk away. Don't second guess. You're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You deserve it. And if it's positive and it's feeding your soul and you're happy, you know what? Absolutely, you deserve it. Own it. If there are situations that you're not sure of, as in, for example, sometimes things happen that cause you a little bit of anxiety. You have to ask yourself, is it worth it? And if it is, you know what? Open and honest, transparent conversation, right? Is always the way to go.
Yeah.
So stay true to yourself, you guys. And thank you again for joining our Thursday evening space. We will be back next Thursday night, same place. Thank you, Roger. Thank you,
guys.
Frequency
Thank you.
5 FM. Thank you, Julia. And have a wonderful evening. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes! Your music, maybe? Maybe not?
I just dance without music. I have a head, like an
Yes.
iPod in my head.
Move that out of the way.
That's it. And we are smiling. Did I say